So the next type of typewriter is the stenograph machine. It is used for recording meetings and it has a lot of advantages, and I will dictate it. So the first one is dictating can be taken at fast speeds, less fatigue to operate, and used for any language due to photonic system, portable and noiseless, and the last one is typing while meeting in progress. So the next machine is the dictating machine. It is used for storing sound during meetings or giving messages. So pwede niyang i-record yung mga topics, mga report kapag halimbawa nasa meeting kayo. Pwede niyang i-record yung mga topics na ginagawa nyo. Usually, ginagamit to siya ng mga doctors or mga lawyer para mag-take note ng mga topics nila. So, the next one is the duplicating machine. It makes copies of documents. Modern duplicators are photocopiers and printers. Gelatin duplicator is one of the oldest duplicator and limited to 20 to 25 copies. It is used by pressing the master copy with special ink on the tray with the help of a roller. Spirit duplicator is an improved version, can be reproduce drawings, reproduce handwriting documents, and can be print up to 200 to 300 copies, and used by pressing the master copy and duplicate paper. And then we have the stencil duplicator. It is the most commonly used in the office, and it needs a stencil, duplicating ink, duplicating paper, and duplicating machine. So we have the advantages of the stencil duplicator. The first one is quality is good. 200 can do 200 copies per minute and stored for future use. Correction can be made, considered economical. And we have also the disadvantages of stencil duplicator. So the first one is paper in not good for normal writing, difficult to obtain colors, and also expensive. Next is we have the offset duplicator. An offset duplicator is a photographic process that can duplicate images with colors and can make 3,000 to 5,000 copies per hour. Next one is the typeset duplicator. It is suitable for printing cards. Each letter are set up and can make 3,000 copies per hour.
So, continuing, we now have the photocopying machines. Photocopying machines uses light in order to copy photos. It has an exposure unit and processing unit. So, most photocopiers today, such as Canon and Epson, are being used in offices in order to make copies of documents much easier. So this is simply one of the modern machines that makes our lives easier. Next is the accounting and tabulating machines. So first we have the adding machines, which are operated manually or electrically. It has two types, which are the calculating machine and the cash register. So calculating machine, it is used by businesses to calculate huge numbers. And it eliminates errors from manual work. But right now we have the calculators on our phone, or you can just buy an actual calculator. So calculating numbers would be much easier. Next is cash registers. So as you can see on restaurants and other shops, these are being used in order to record sales, and it also prints records on a paper roll, which we call cash receipts. And these are usually seen in restaurants and supermarkets. Next is punch card machines. So the punch card machines are used for clerical operations like invoicing, sales, and purchase accounting and calculation of wages. So these are used for preparation for punching documents, punching of cards, verification of punch cards, sorting, and tabulating. So next are office computers. A computer is considered to be a replica of a human brain and performs clerical operations quickly and accurately. So for example, the machine or the device I'm using right now is a laptop, which is a computer. So with this, I can easily perform many operations such as recording a video or making documents. Next is a desktop publishing system. Most tools required for publishing are available in the desktop. So, for example, Microsoft Publisher. So, this is an example of a desktop publishing system that can easily be used, and most of the tools that you would need are already there. Miscellaneous machines. So, we have the time recording clocks, which records employee arrival and departure. In the modern times, we already have the biometric system, which can easily scan your fingerprint and record when you time in and when you time out. You have the payroll machines, which makes calculations in payroll, check writing machines, which are used to eliminate fraud since check writings can be fraudulent since someone can simply try to copy someone's signature. We also have the check signing machines, or which is used for large amount of checks. So if you cannot So in case you are signing a lot of checks, you can just use a check signing machine which already has your signature and would instantly put your signature on the checks. We also have numbering machines which are used to imprint the serial numbers on documents. We also have impression stamps, which has different types of rubber stamps which are used in an office to imprint the date on when it is received and etc. This is commonly used in the public service in the public sector in the government offices. Whenever you are submitting new documents, they would make they will use a stamp, and you can see there that there is sign there received along with the date of when it was received and etc. We also have laminators, which is a machine to protect office documents used for laminating. Now, mailroom, equipment, and communication system. We have the letter opener. So a letter opener can open 100 to 500 letters per minute. So this is just for the cases where you are expecting or opening, or if you want to open a huge number of letters. We also have the folding machine, which is a machine that can fold 5,000 to 20,000 sheets per hour. We also have a sealing machine, which moisten the flaps of envelopes and seal it. We also have the mailing scale, which is used to weight mails so that the right postal stamp can be affixed on them. But this is not used that much today since most of the time we just use email or just message on Messenger. We have numbering, dating, and time recording machines. So these are used for recording when letters are received and numbers them. We also have addressing wrappers parcels machine. This machine is used to print addresses on envelopes. Now, we also have franking machines, which are used to make impressions of the required denomination on the outbound letters and envelopes. So, its advantages are it avoids errors, it eliminates wastage, it simplifies counting, it avoids misappropriation, and you are highly likely no need to go to the post office. Its disadvantages, however, is that it can be misused for private or personal use. It cannot be posted. So since it cannot be posted, there is no proof of posting. And once you use it, you cannot fix the errors since it cannot be edited. Now we also have the teleprinter, which is a message. So this is used to message another person, and this is typically done by typing, or it works in a similar case of the, let's say, messenger, or like messenger or WhatsApp, since you will just need to type the letters on the keyboard, and but here it will automatically appear on the other side. So that is how it works. Next, we have the fax machine. It enables an instant transmission of an entire document. We also have electronic mail or email, which can instantly send mails through the internet using the computer, which is the most commonly used mail in today. Now, internal and external uses of telephone. So, so telephones allows a one-to-one communication to others by typing specific numbers. So here we have the direct link, which is a link established through a definite number. So let's say 911 when you're calling a police, 0101, which are specific numbers that are specific towards a certain, let's say, household, certain office, etc. We also have the direct link with extension. It allows external and internal communications, especially within departments. Since it has an extension, it can be used externally. Next is the private branch exchange or the PBX system. So this one needs telephone operators for internal and external contracts, which is different from the private automatic branch exchange or PABX system, which are automatic and don't need telephone operators. But in the cases of external contacts, you would need to make uh, it first has to go through a telephone operator before you can make that contact. Next is Electronic Private Automatic Branch Exchange or EPABX. So it is an improvement of PABX, but it uses electronics. Next is Intercom. It is an automatic system of office intercommunications, which are commonly used in offices on internal contacts or internal communication within departments. And lastly, we have the local calls, which are the calls which are made within the local limits. Subscribers trunk dialing or STD calls. It uses trunk lines so that long distance calls can occur without operators. We also have the international subscribers trunk dialing or ISTD calls, which is the international form of STD calls but uses specific code numbers for cities and countries. So the STD and ISTD are mostly the same since it needs specific code or numbers for the cities and countries. But the ISTD also caters to international communication. Now we also have demand calls, which is where an operator connects to one number when the line is free. So when someone is busy, it is most likely that they will not be able to receive your call. But when there's a demand call, when the operator sees that that person can be contacted or when that line is free, he will immediately connect you to them. Next is trunk calls. So trunk calls can be made through the telephone exchange. So these are for contacting people outside the local limits. So it is the same with it is different from local calls which are within, let's say, cities, but trunk calls can be used for, let's say, contacting someone from a different city or region. And I think that is all. Thank you.